What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Schoolboy here with another live video. Tonight we're gonna be talking about Married to Medicine. This is season 10, um, episode 7, The Grapes of Wrath. But before we get started, I just want y'all to know I woke up this morning, okay. I had to get this story out. So this is gonna be a little bit of story time. I went to sleep last night. My car registration been out since July. Okay, yes, I was one of them procrastinating ninjas. Okay, yes, sue me. Okay, I went to sleep. Woke up this morning, doing my notes, taking my notes, watching Married to Medicine. Go out to walk Gucci around 9:30. Looked up, and the damn car was gone. Just told y'all. They towed my damn car out the apartment complex. I thought ninjas had stole it. I thought all kind of stuff. They told my damn car for my registration being late. So I say all that to say this: $166 and some change later, I'm here with y'all tonight. But just know today was a rough day. So I definitely have my tequila and I done blowed some trees before I done got up here. So I'm just gonna let you know this live might be real ignorant, okay? Okay. Because I didn't had a rough day for real. They and then had to go down there and deal with one of us up in the customer service acting ignorant. I'm gonna tell y'all down with customer service. If it ain't your passion, get up out of it. If you go to work and you mad every time you go to work, move careers, especially if it's customer service. But you ain't got to be ignorant down to the job. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. So thank you, Lord, for the trees because it helped me calm the hell down after I had woke up and saw that my damn car was towed. It's ridiculous. Lord. Anyway, just some quick housekeeping. Make sure if y'all did not watch last week's episode of Hotline Bling Chat Room, that y'all go ahead and go check that out over on Chef Don Don's channel. This past week was our ugly sweater edition. This week we'll be doing hot topics and in our Christmas pajamas and Christmas gear. So y'all make sure y'all go ahead and check that out over there. Also, School of Love casting has been extended. So y'all make sure if you would like to go ahead and date me and be on the new web reality series, y'all can go ahead and do that. Women ages 30 to 45, okay? Preferably in DFW area. I'm gonna go ahead and say this for the ones in the back that act like they can't hear never. Okay. If you come to travel to DFW to date me, we ain't paying for it. Okay. We not Andy Cohen and them, and we ain't got that kind of budget and we ain't got that kind of money. So your lodging and travel, you will be responsible for that. Also, you got to be active on social media and available to film during the production date. So if y'all would like to go ahead and sign up and do so, make sure y'all apply at www.tcddproductions.com. Also, if you would have a Black-owned business and you would like that Black-owned business to be featured in a commercial or anything like that during School of Love and or Hotline Bling chat room, make sure y'all email us at admin at tcddproductions.com. All right. Just to let y'all know, everything that I say over here is allegedly and it's in my opinion. If you mad and get upset if we fall out over that, baby, I'm not falling out over it, but you can fall out over it. Because for me, none of these shows are ever, ever, ever that deep at all. I'll just let y'all know that. The social media is flowing down the screen at the bottom of the screen, as well as my Cash App and Venmo. I appreciate all and any donations that you choose to give. I understand it's the holiday season and you got to get them kids them damn toys that they gonna play with for about 2 days. Okay. So, anyways, since we got all that out the way, let's get into it. We opened the episode back up at dinner with, just all the ladies is at dinner. And Heavenly wants Quad to be honest about what she has said and to stop lying about it. I really feel like in this episode, they really did set up this issue, and I really feel like it was really more production just didn't want to deal with Quad no more, and so they used the lady's internalized issues with Quad as a reason to get her off of the show. That is just my opinion. Y'all don't have to believe me on that, but that's my opinion. I just feel like production, when they realized that Quad was not going to argue and fuss and fight with Lipton Tea, they then said, well, let's use another angle and let's stir in the OGs against Quad and their issues and exploit that so that even if we don't want to deal with Quad because she's being difficult for production, it puts the blood on the lady's hands and not ours, and it pulls us out of the equation. Because I've been seeing so many different theories and so many different arguments for team this and team that on Twitter that it's crazy. And I really feel like production wanted to take the heat off of them, but didn't want to take responsibility for really just not wanting to deal with Quad anymore. And when she really wasn't playing ball the way they wanted her to play ball, because let's be clear, the real thing is they wanted Quad to really beef with Sweet Tea. That is the main thing. They really wanted that beef to be exceptional for them. And it just didn't work out that way. Heavenly says her point is that Quad is a user. Everyone at the table is just kind of looking like with the big eyes, but it's like, come on, y'all also feel the same thing too. Y'all just not Heavenly, and Heavenly is the one that's bold enough to just go ahead and say it and put it out there and not hold back. Heavenly says you keep saying we're sisters, and Quad says you keep saying that and you talk so much crap about me. But I also have to understand it's a catch-22. That's just who the hell Heavenly is. And Heavenly is one of those people that is just gonna talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And she's really not going to consider nobody's feelings when she says it. She just says it. She just say it. And she don't think before she say it. She just says it because she's so blatantly blunt. And everybody can't really deal with that type of personality and can't deal. But also, I have to understand too, on the catch-22 side, Quad, you are the same way too. Because sometimes you go so low and so gutter, but yet when another person does it to you, you can't accept it. So we got to understand the energy that's given is going to be the same thing that's received. Quad says she's sick of Heavenly shit too, you know, because Heavenly has said, Quad is always gonna come with some bullshit and she's sick of it. And so Quad says she's sick of Heavenly shit too. And I just think that they have one of those bonds and relationships where you have that friend that y'all just do this back and forth, and this is what y'all always do, and it's toxic, but it's some shit that works for both of y'all. It's weird, but it works. Heavenly said, not F her shit, F yo shit. So I'm just kind of like at this point, this is like two sisters beefing, or like when anybody beefs, you know, you might say F you, you F me, whatever, but you might make up. Now, Heavenly has said that Quad still is not speaking to the group. And I just feel like at this point, that's kind of Quad's, this is what Quad does. And I can understand at this point, Quad is hurt because I did see that she has an interview with Carlos King, and I have not sat down to watch it yet. And then I heard about all y'all complaining on Twitter talking about her damn smoke alarm was beeping. Now, Quad, you got too much damn money for your smoke alarm to be out here beeping like that in the damn interview. Now that's real ghetto. That's real ghetto, Quad. Hey, Mia. Hey, Simply Elegant One. That's real ghetto. That's ghetto. And somebody had to listen to that beeping for 2 hours. Like, damn, Quad, you couldn't have nobody come around there and change that. But I'll give it a listen and then give y'all my opinion on it. And I did see where Quad is saying now she understands how Mariah feels. Hmm. Funny how the tables turn, turn, turn. I see, Quad, you was over there relishing in them getting Mariah about here, and now you didn't effed around and found out, and you in this situation too. Heavily says that Quad is doing semantics, and Simone interjects and says they can lower their voices. And I'm like, Simone, your teeth and gums, anybody ask you nothing because you the biggest flip flopper that has ever walked this entire 10 years. You have jumped from front to back, side to side, all up, down, and around. because I did hear that Quad did say, I saw a clip of the interview, and she said that you told her and privately was you had to ride with Toya at the time because you ain't want to hurt Toya feelings. Simone, I'm gonna tell you like this: at your big age, if you can't do what's best for you, then what's wrong with you? You way too old. I'm gonna say this: you're way too old, Simone, to be flip flopping. Be a woman, stand in your shit, and if you don't like something or you don't agree with it, and you sided with Quad, then side with Quad. But don't wait to get your teeth and gums outside of the show to call Quad and say, "Oh well, I was on your side." If you don't get out of my face, see that's. But I forgot you over there in that lesbian relationship with Cecilia. And so that's why, you get tired of walking around being the stud and Cecilia being the femme all the time. You just tired of all that. What up, Harold? I mean, no damn sense around here. So Heavenly says Quad is doing semantics, and Simone interjects and says they can lower their voices. Heavenly says she don't like bitches lying. Heavenly Lord took you to. I'm just gonna say it just come on now. Toya says Quad is saying what Quad is saying doesn't resonate with the group. And I mean, and I'm gonna say this again. Toya, oh my foot squeaked on that. Toya and Quad have both went to the depths of hell with each other. And I feel like ain't no robbery and fair exchange. Y'all both have done some grimy shit to one another and have accused y'all of grimy shit. Now the stealing shit went a little bit too far, Quad. But again, we all know where that bone originated from, and that was from Carrie Wells, who found that information out from them women's that you was living around there in that neighborhood, and you was hanging out with, playing tennis and drinking wine and tequila all damn day. You know, you better stop hanging around the women's that be snitching, okay, and telling your business and lying on you. Jackie says at some point they want to confront Quad and hold her accountable for her actions that basically caused the friendships to fall apart. And I do agree that every woman has their own reasoning, but I still derive that everybody's reasoning with Quad really shifted and their energy shifted with Quad way back when that sister circle mess, and it ain't never really honestly recovered. Quad says she cannot force them, but her heart is in the right place when it comes to making it right with the girls. And Toya says she doesn't trust what she is saying because her actions don't match. And I mean, Toya, some people could say the same thing too about you. Because how come every woman that you ever brought on this show, Contessa, Anila, you conveniently turned your back on them by the next season. So I'm gonna see how long you and Lipton tea, sweet and slow, Goldie, aka whatever you want to call that girl around there. How long y'all stay cool before you turn your back on her? Cause see, I see you for your words too, Toya. You ain't no damn angel. Please. Toya says she doesn't trust what she's saying because the actions don't match. And then Toya mentions Quad calling her husband Eugenia and about her accusing her of robbing the people in the neighborhood. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, she did low key call your husband uh, uh, a Mitch, and that wasn't right. Now we know Eugene got a soft place for Toya, and that was wrong. But Toya, you did say that lady was fool la la with a married man that was a contractor, okay? And she screwed to get her house built. You may say it's not the same thing, tomatoes, but at the end of the day, I'm just saying. And she posing for the camera with Anila this past weekend. All I'm gonna say is that, Toya, I see you for your works. You're an Aries, and I'm telling you, we will sit around and play nice in somebody's face and really don't F with them. And I really just feel like that's really honestly what it is. Okay. Quad says she didn't say that, and production flashes back to the reunion where Andy says, do you believe Toya had anything to do with the break-ins? And she said yes, and I'm gonna stand it. And Quad, you said it. Like, my only issue with Quad is that Quad will not own anything. She wants to flip it and turn that she's a victim and put it back on them. Well, You saying I did that to you, but you did this to me. It's some real childish kitty shit. And honestly, she cannot have any successful relationships with anybody on or off this show if this is the type of stuff that you do. And the fact that you can't take accountability, because I don't want to be around nobody who can't take accountability. Uh I'm just gonna say that. Toya says her and her family are going through torture. We're going through torture, and Quad says she has been too. And again, here go Quad making it about you. This was not a cakewalk for her. And I'm just like, Quad, you're not a victim. Stop it. Like, Jesus. Like, for once, take accountability for you. Say you sorry for your shit. Then you can come back later on and say, hey, this hurt me, XYZ. If you give a damn apology, you might get one back. But again, your ego is too damn big that you can't humble yourself to even apologize to nobody. It's just, Heavenly says you're not owning up to anything. She's just playing the victim, which Heavenly clocked the T. Lipton T says she should be a pig with an apple in her mouth because this is a grill session. And Lipton T, I'm going to tell you this. And if you don't think that they ain't going to grill your ass at that reunion, you better make sure that you are not a pig with the apple in your mouth and you got some comebacks and you can dig in them crates and have some damn reads, okay? Because you're not going to be able to get up off that couch on Andy's couch and just if I want to go fight people. Okay, so your husband better have you in check, and you better have your anger in check, and you better be ready to read. That's all I'm gonna say about you, Lipton, because you barely you nothing is interesting about you. Even though folks say we always hating on you, I don't really understand that. How can I hate on somebody that I never met? I don't get it. I just dislike you because I can't get into you. Simone says when Quad doesn't F with them all year long and then pops up at events, it's opportunistic, disingenuous. And so Simone further states longevity is that you make friends that not only just show up at events. I'm gonna tell you, Simone, y'all been known where y'all stood with Quad. Was that season 2 or 3 when she dished y'all for the Sister Circle people? She told y'all what it was. She told y'all what it was. So at this point, I'm a type of person when people start to do me like that, and you only show up to events and you only show up to the positive shit that I'm doing, or when I'm down, you don't ask me, do I need anything? You don't call me to check on me. You don't do any of those things. I just meet you where you're at, and I do you how you do me. I give you what you give me, and don't expect me to be popping up at no event. Because if you only gonna pop up around me when it's an event, then I'm just gonna do that for you too. I might pop up at an event, and then 9 times out of 10, I probably won't pop up at an event. Because at the end of the day, if it's going to be like that, then that is not a friendship. That is not any type of relationship that I want to continue to foster or even want to try to implore or try to deal with or be with. That is just me. I am not a person to keep watering my grass and somebody else's lawn and the person keeps pissing in it and putting weeds in it. I'm not finna do that. I get it that some people want to do that. Simone, there's a point in time where you have to just meet people where they at or just cut the relationship. Y'all honestly should have cut this relationship and kept the co-worker base with Quad since season 2 or 3 when that shit happened. I think it was season 3. I would have kept it that way then, respectfully. I would have gave her exactly what she gave me. And the hell if how she felt about it, I'm gonna give you what you give me. And if you would have came to me and asked me why I'm giving you that, you would understand why. Quad says she only shows up to events because their relationships are broken and says all she wants to do is love and be loved. Well, I'm gonna give you a lesson in love, Quad 101, and this is that basic: treat people the way you want to be treated. People will treat you the same way that you want to be treated as long as you treat them with the same respect. Quad, in order to get love, you have to give love. And let's be clear, you only want to come in here the time that you got to film, get your check, and it's fuck these women. And that's exactly what it is. Just call a spade a spade. You don't really fuck with them like that. This group is beneficial to you when it comes down to that Bravo check, but outside of that, they're not beneficial to you. And that's just my opinion. Quad wants the friendships to be what they used to be, staying up all night and talking and hanging out. It's not gonna happen. Cause Quad, you're not able to humble yourself. and the women just don't trust you at this point. It's been how many years? I just think that the trust is out the window. Quad feels like the love over the years was fake and the hate was real. I don't think anybody hated you, Quad. I think Quad, when you distanced yourself and shitted on the women and made it seem like they were not important to your life, everybody on Sister Circle wasn't important to your life. Those women really showed you what friendship was, and those women were there for you and was there before them Sister Circle women. You kind of like gave them your ass to kiss, so you really can't expect too much from it than what you've received. Toya says she's not where she needs to be with accepting Quad's apology at this point, and I respected Toya for being honest with that because I would have said the same thing. Toya says tomorrow is a big day for her, and she wants to be around people that love and support her. They all get up because it's freezing at dinner, and everyone goes back to their room. And Toya says she doesn't know where they all are with Quad, but she doesn't want the vacation to be all about making amends with her, which I totally respect. And that's why Toya didn't invite Quad to begin with, because Quad was not on the top friend of Toya's list, and Toya didn't really want to be bothered with Quad. And let's just be real. Production invited Quad and brought Quad out there, and I really feel like this was their way again of getting Quad out of the group by again using the issues that the women already had with Quad, and knowing that Toya never invited her in the first place. Phaedra was like, after that resurrection, I ain't bringing you nowhere because I can see you really not trying to own anything, and I don't want to be associated with it. So it's kind of like, again, it was a setup, but now the women on the show look as being the assholes. When honestly, this was a design by production to go ahead and get Quad up out of there, but use her issues with the women on the show. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. Folks may not see it the way I see it, but that's how I see it. Toya, they all go back to Toya and Simone's room, and Toya asks, does anyone think the conversation went anywhere? Phaedra says, as an unbiased person in the room, there was no resolution, which Phaedra was right. There was no resolution. There was no resolution at that resurrection. And honestly, I understand why Toya wouldn't even accept Toya's apology at this point in time, because I look at it like this. They said, heaven, according to Heavenly on her last week's live, she basically said they fought. They damn near came to blows. So I can't see two people almost damn near coming to blows, even being in the space to even want to be around that type of person. Because if I didn't almost came to blows with you one time, I definitely don't want you in my space. I definitely don't want to accept no apology from you. And I definitely don't want to be around you. I just think that's, that's a lot to ask of someone. Heavenly raises Jackie hand and says she always used to say, why do you keep giving her chance after chance? And she keeps shitting on you. Jackie says, they are like the cousins you don't want to show anymore. And Jackie says she felt the most distant when she got on Sister Circle. Jackie says it's she likes Quad, but her negative traits outweigh her positive ones. Phaedra says she doesn't want to be the one bringing the issues around the group. Simone says, well, do we actually have anything to offer Quad? Toya calls Quad down to the room and they wrap up this conversation. And basically, if you're saying that we have anything to offer, that means you really don't want her around anymore because you don't benefit anything to the friendship that we have with you and vice versa. It's just not worth all of that. So when Quad comes in, she doesn't they say when Quad comes in, she doesn't need to sit next to Toya because her delivery is a little stank. And Toya's delivery is stank. Toya is in the room talking to Quad and telling her to go ahead and come on down from her room. Quad comes in and they say they left the restaurant and they had a talk, and Simone begins and says none of them have an emotional connection with her, and say it's just not going to work. She asked Quad to leave the trip, which I really felt like Toya should have been the one to say Quad leave the trip, not so much to Simone, but might have been that Simone didn't want to. Toya probably didn't want to add any more animosity than they already probably had, but it still didn't make no sense for me to have Simone tell her to leave the trip and Toya not be the one to tell you to leave. Quad says she wasn't expecting that. She thought she would get to show them something different. She says that she said it hurts. She felt that resurrection was her starting anew with them. And I'm like, girl, if you thought that resurrection was good, use a damn fool. Okay. That resurrection was an epic failure. It was no bit of accountability for Quad. And I just felt like I like Quad. You know, she has a lot of dynamic things that she brings to the show. Every woman on this cast brings something different to the show. I think this is why Married to Medicine is so organic. They gel and work so well. Do I think that the show can go on without Quad? Absolutely. Every show goes on without a lot of the OGs that originally, you just have to either try to put somebody else in there with just as a dynamic personality as them, and or you have to, the other people kind of have to step their pussy up and show a little bit more than what they normally would show. Simone says, so Quad says she has been hurt by the group as well. And it's just like, Quad, I get it. You trying to play 100% victim to their, oh, well, I did it because you did it, this, that. You got to grow up and own it. Hey, Chef Don Don. Simone says, you have stated that we have caused you hurt and made that clear. And Simone says, you flip it back on you when they're telling her how she's hurt them. Jackie says we all been through some shit in this group. Quad keeps saying she wants them to all be friends. And again, I don't have friends like that in my life. And if you're gonna be a partial friend or a half friend or a sometimey friend, I just don't really have time for that. And I feel like at this point, if you're not getting nothing from the nurturing of a friendship with somebody, it's best to let it go. I get it. Quad been seeing them as coworkers for a very long time. But we have also heard that Quad is difficult to have any type of friendship with, even with people outside of Married to Medicine. So it's just like, I just think that this is who Quad is. She's always been this way. And unless Quad really wants to change these things about herself, this is how Quad is just going to be. And it's either you're going to take it or you're going to leave it. Heavenly says she's the first one to say she has love for Quad and is Quad's friend. And I do believe that. Though Heavenly may talk her shit, I do believe that she sincerely loves Quad. Heavenly was the last person really connected to this group that actually would deal with Quad, because I believe everybody else been done dealing with Quad. And Heavenly was that last lifeline. I know that they're not speaking right now. Maybe they'll start speaking by the reunion. I don't know. We can just leave out hope and wing and a prayer, but I don't know. Simone lets her know it's best for her to leave, and Phaedra says she has no issue with Quad. After the conversations, Quad says in her confessional she feels like her head is in a blender. What happened? I don't think your head is that much in a blender that you can't see what's going on, Quad. But I just think that you never thought that they would do it to you. But remember, you was with them when they did it to Mariah. So again, karma does spin the block and it does come around and it does come in a different form, no matter how you may feel about it. The next morning, Quad says the last night's conversation was not a tennis match, it was a football pile up, and she gets dressed and she gets packed up, leaving the trip. Quad says she expected that from Toya, but not from Heavenly. She says she is supposed to be her friend, but if you're a true friend to someone, Quad, you hold them accountable. You hold a person accountable if they're truly friends with you, Quad. And I think that you should be able to see that Heavenly doesn't, you know, you know, um not love you. She really do love you. I just think Heavenly get tired of the antics and the bullshit. And again, you can love somebody so much, but you cannot get down with a lot of their behaviors. And I think just she couldn't get down with a lot of quiet behavior. Um, so Jasmine from Twitter says, I don't want to watch the Quad Carlos interview because I know it's going to be biased. A lot of people feel like Carlos King's interviews are super biased. I mean, hell, even Heavenly told him last week on her damn live that he's biased. And he tells everybody he likes everybody. I mean, we know what Carlos does. He's kind of like the same song that plays, you know? He gonna say the same thing to everybody. Um, yes, Chef, I do want them. I do think Heavenly and Quad really love each other. The relationship's just dysfunctional as hell, but it works for them. But I want them to fix it only if Quad is really going to change the behavior. But I feel like at the first sign that Heavenly doesn't see that the behavior has changed, Heavenly may have to make the decision to cut it. I would hate for them to have to go that way, but I mean, I'm just, I don't know, because I feel like Quad knows how to say the right things and she know how to put the right words together. It's just the actions don't match the words, and for a lot of people, it just doesn't work that way. So Quad says, she has spoken up for all the women in this group, and she's been there for all of them as well. She says, when the curtains pull back, you see how they are really treating you, and that's the hurtful part. And I'm just like, yeah, sometimes yes and no, but Quad, you mistreated them too. So again, you treat people how you want to be treated. My aunt tells me that all the time. And I believe in that, because if you treat people good, good will come back to you. But I just think sometimes, Quad, you did use them for a benefit of them. And when they weren't a benefit to you, you kind of threw them away. And it is what it is, but you have to accept your part in it. It's not just a one-way street. They gave you what you gave them. Not saying what they did was right, because I don't agree. But I also agree that production used the issues Quad had with the original core group as a way to get her out of there, because she was becoming difficult for them. So Chef Don Don says, my thing with Quad's interview is how she doesn't answer questions directly, and that is so frustrating. We hate it when Marceau do it. Okay, so she was kind of like dancing around the questions then, because I haven't watched it yet. And I said I wanted to sit down and fully take the time to really listen to it, to take it in, to see, what it's really giving. But I mean, yeah, if you dancing around the subject and shit, you not gonna she not gonna then that means you're not really trying to grow, and you're really not trying to fix things with these women. And that's what I keep saying. You're not really trying to fix shit, Quad. You want somebody to kiss your ass. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people are not going to do that in this lifetime. I'm sorry. I've even watched I am a huge fan of Funky Dineva. Shout out to him. There was a lot of videos that he did saying that he had difficulty with being friends with Quad, and how it's just so difficult because everything is your fault. She owns no ownership in nothing. She's never wrong, and it's a difficult thing. And that you go months and months without speaking, and then one day y'all end up speaking again. And I'm telling you, nobody wants a relationship with nobody that's like that. I don't want that in my family. I don't want that in my personal. I don't want to be around people like that. And it's just it's sickening that she refused to take accountability. I mean, when she sat there in front of Toya and said, "Well, I didn't say that your family stole," you did. Production ran it back and showed that you said that on the couch. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. She she keeps dancing around and giving them long drawn out. And see, them Martin Luther King speeches that you give, like Maurice on Love and Marriage Huntsville, don't work for me. I can't get into it. Lipton T is telling Dr. G what happened at dinner. And hey, Sweet P 724. Lipton T is telling Dr. G what happened at dinner and after with Quad, and he tells her to stay out of all of it. This is why I don't like you, Lipton T. I'm gonna get on you real quick. This is why I say I don't like you. Your immaturity is ridiculous. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if me and my bros was on a vacation, okay? If me and my bros was on a vacation, straight up, and some shit went down with my bros, I'm not finna call my girl and be like, "Hey, so and so got into it, whatever," and I'm just sitting there. I ain't really had nothing to do with it, but I'm just sitting there just watching it. I'm not finna gossip with my woman, because at the end of the day, if me and my bros pieced it up, or whatever they decided to do, and the shit ain't got nothing to do with me, I'm gonna stay out of it. And I damn sure ain't gonna tell my woman, because you know what women do. They turn around and gossip. Because what's exactly what Dr. G did? He went over there and gossiped with the men, like a bunch of females. They went over there like some gossiping sissies. They went over there talking about it. Really, sweet Lipton tea, sweet and slow. You should have just shut up. If it didn't have nothing to do with you, shut the hell up. Sit there and eat your food, drink your drink, mind your business. Okay? Stop running back to him. Because I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes down to these women, he ain't going to be able to save you. You need to worry. Shut it up. Okay? Because you didn't need to tell him nothing. And he continues to reiterate to her, like, stay out of it. He states again, please put the earplugs in and stay out of it. And she's steady wanting to talk about it. And that's why I said, you're very much so immature and childish, and I can't do you. That's why I can't do you. Chef Don Don says she kept dancing around and giving them laundry. That's what Quad do. And that I couldn't be friends with someone like Quad. I'm sorry. Toya speaks with Eugene about Quad leaving and the conversation they had, and he appreciates the women having solidarity with his wife. But he hates they had to have that type of intervention with Quad. Jackie is going to talk to Madam Vice President Kamala Harris about maternity mortality rate in the United States of America, which was really, really, really dope. Shout out to Jackie and them. I love that. I love that for Jackie. That is so weird. She keep running with him right. I don't know why she keeps doing that. It's irking my freaking soul, because that's the man. You a woman. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You want your mate to be your best friend, but there are certain things I ain't finna sit up in there and be gossiping in the bed with my woman about what me and my bros done did or who beefing with who. Because at the end of the day, that shit ain't got nothing to do with what's going on in my household. And as long as it ain't directly affecting me, I'm good. I don't care. It's weird to me that she keeps running back to that man with everything. That's why I keep saying that girl gotta have some kind of daddy complex, because that's what it gives me. The other ladies get ready for Toya's big day, and everyone looks amazing. Toya tells them that Quad has left and they're going to begin activities for the day. Meanwhile, Dr. Jackie is meeting with Madam Vice President Kamala Harris. They're going to talk and do their thing, which I thought was a really dope thing. Jackie is out here doing a thing. And for you people that do not like Jackie, y'all ain't never going to get Jackie up off the show. She like a damn institution, like Karen Huger's marriage is over there with Ray. She ain't leaving no time soon, okay? I'm just going to tell you that. So, y'all might want to get over there. Look, Trey Money, you can defend your sweet tea all you want to, and I love you boots down for it, okay? But I mean, you running and telling that to your old man River baby daddy, future baby daddy, which you better hope you can. Let me stop. Let me not do that, because then y'all gonna get all in your feelings. Sour Tea acts like a pygmy when it comes to Dr. G. And I don't know what, because don't nobody want him. Don't nobody want that man. The ladies pull up to the Kendall Jackson Estate and Winery, where they are greeted by Roberto, who gives them, a glass of wine. They go into the vineyard to eat brunch. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know if that was Squirrel, Fendi, because that was Fendi that Phaedra had on. I don't know if that was Squirrel, Alpaca, whatever she had on, but that outfit was damn gaudy. Heavenly and Carlos tussling on it. Oh, they tussling. I bet she giving his ass hell. Sweet Tea is a sweet idiot. Not a sweet idiot. They sit down at the brunch and begin to talk about what happened the night before. Simone says the cloud is gone now that Quad left. Now, Simone, that's shady for you and your gums. You might want to keep your mouth shut. I'm just gonna say that. Your gums, your mouth, your teeth, okay. You just need to be quiet on that, because again, you flip-flopping, but then you got on the side and called Quad and made it and like, oh, well, I really was riding for you. That's why I be saying you so phony. I can't do Simone in her gums. Toya says she feels lighter after that conversation happened. And Jackie walks in after her talk with Madam Vice President Kamala Harris. Jackie is glowing and she talks about how she's so down to earth. And Toya and Heavenly say they want to go to the White House with her. And Heavenly says she know how to act right. Heavenly, I think you know how to act right, but you just be ignorant with these women, okay? Simply Elegant with Sweet Tea is a sweet veteran. I'm gonna leave that alone. Cause see, Trey, you come in here trolling with that BS, and I'm just not finna do that. Squirrel alpaca. I didn't know what the heck Phaedra had on. Squirrel alpaca chinchilla. What is that? What I mean, I get it, it was Fendi, but ma'am, what animal is that? And why wasn't Peter all up in the comment section trying to get them together? Because you know, Peter be staying, you know, y'all be worried about the animals and shit. Y'all wasn't on Phaedra about that squirrel or alpaca, llama, whatever the hell. It looked like llama hair. Did you know it had that curly llama hair on it? I think that was llama. I think that was llama. I think Phaedra had on llama. I'm gonna just go with llama. I think that's what that was. And Heavenly, I do have a feeling you know how to act right because you know them Secret Service might tackle your ass down there up to the damn White House if you act crazy. So I think you do know how to act right if Jackie was to take you down to the White House. Okay. Now you know recently a lot of Bravo lebs were over at the White House for the Christmas party down around there. Sleepy Joe and Kamala had them down to the White House celebrating. And Nene did look good, okay? She is the dress best for the show, Trey. But you got to realize, like, Trey, let's keep it a buck. Married to Medicine is not known for fashion. They're not fashion girls. So Married to Medicine, like, yeah, she bringing the fashion, but she bringing that gaudy ass fashion, okay? Again, that llama, it was all right, but I ain't no, you shouldn't be wearing no llama like that every day. I'm just saying. They bring out the brunch and they're pairing the wines with the meal. And here goes Simone ghetto ass asking for some rosé. And Toya looking at her like, girl, that don't go with this meat that we eating. And Simone like, well, that's what I want. And I'm just like, Simone, you and your gums, just let her drink that rosé and go on about her. Let Simone drink that shit and go on. Toya says Simone's still trying to act like she drinking Boone's Farm because she probably still is drinking Boone's Farm. Okay, she probably still is drinking Boone's Farm. Phaedra looked like a fool. I'm sorry, black folks need to give up shucking and jiving from them European designers. That there are some that I like, but dang, yeah, that I'm telling you, that was alpaca. I don't give a damn. No, that was some alpaca. I don't know what that was. Llama, alpaca. It was some other animal. Okay. It might have been one of them animals that Wanda had T-Man, one of them raccoons that she had chasing him down for them raccoon nuts for the meals that she cooking around there and feeding them people. That's probably what that was. Heavenly toast to her and Lipton Tea, bearing all the issues in Sonoma. And Heavenly leans in more and says she's sorry again. And Lipton Tea accepts and says thank you. And I'm like, I'm laughing because I'm like on the inside. I like I want to do Heavenly laugh. She knows she finna get you again. You know she finna get you again. You know this won't be the last time Heavenly will be apologizing for you for some stuff that she done said, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and make it. Toya takes Phaedra to the focus group with Kendall Jackson reps. She talks about how she can get black people to drink the wine since it's not black owned. And Phaedra admires that Toya is showing she's more than just playing tennis and spending Eugene's money. And we are all glad too that Toya is showing that she can do something else besides those two recreational things and drink tequila. Simone gives all the ladies flasks full of brown liquor, and Heavenly says she's her best on brown liquor. And Heavenly, I ain't gonna lie to you, you are. Meanwhile, Toya and Phaedra are tasting different wines in the meeting. They're talking about marketing, etc. The men meet all up to go ahead and hang out while the women are gone. And Eugene asks Kima, Dr. Alicia's husband, how's it been since his wife is gone? And he said it's his first time being alone with the kids. And I said, oh Lord, he probably got them damn kids right there eating Honey Nut Cheerios and shit. Probably the kids probably ain't on no damn schedule. He's just doing the damn food. Cause when you leave the men's home with the kids, sometimes some of them just ain't able. Okay. Then now you got some of them daddies that is able, but there's every now and then you got some that ain't able. He says he has a new appreciation for his wife, and the men give their stories about being alone with the kids. When the wives aren't home, Dr. G brings up what Sweet Tea told about him on the phone about Quad. And the ladies and Eugene says the women just told Quad how they felt, and everyone was being honest. And it's like Dr. G. Now he African, okay, Harold. Now I don't know because some of them African men's, they don't believe in doing some of that domestics work. So I don't know how Dr. Kima finna be, but I got my eye on him and my good eye. Okay. Okay, I got Fetty Wap's good eye on him. Cause I got some questions with that. Eugene says, and I'm just like, Dr. G, why would you even bring and this is why I don't like Sweet Tea gossiping with your man. You should have just shut up, drank your damn wine, and not ran to your husband, which is her ex-husband, to gossip about the ex-wife. It's just all that shit is just messy. Like, what in the hell? It's just messy. That's why I said I just childish for me. This was the first time we heard Alicia and her husband talk. That's why Bravo didn't give them no voice, because they telling a little too much. I like it when you tell your business, because actually it's a good organic storyline. And that's one thing that Married to Medicine will do, is give you a good organic storyline. So I actually was happy for them not to either be talking about Sweet and Slow or to be talking about Quad. I'm over those two conversations already. Okay. Can we move on past that? That's one thing about Married to Medicine and Purveyors of Pop. They will move on. They don't stay hemming and hawing on the same goddamn storyline like Real Housewives of Potomac has been doing, and it's irking my soul. I'm glad they asses is on a hiatus. Stayed out of all of that conversation and let the men's talk. And I'm gonna just tell you, them men's that talk too damn much, them be them same men's I get tired of hearing at the damn barbershop. They be talking a whole lot of shit and they really got that much going on. Okay. And Dr. G, I did see that insulin pump on you, sir. So I know when Sweet Tea to ask you about getting your sperm check, I know why she asking. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. Dr. Her name is Sweet Tea. Her name is Sweet and Slow Goldie from Flavor of Love, Lipton Tea, whatever the hell I want to name her, Trey. So I know you in here trolling, and it's cute. I'm just tell you. You know what it's gonna be over here, Trey. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. Dr. G says, well, she means the women all had separate. Well, he means, well, the women all had separate views on Quad based on their relationship. And that was why she was asked to leave. And Eugene says, yeah, that's right. And Dr. G says he doesn't want to rip someone's friend group from them, but hell yeah. See, this is why I don't like your little bald-headed, milk dud, old, short, dressing like some freaking nerd out of the 1970s. All you needed was a damn pocket protector. The reason why I don't like you is because why do you still have this much malice and anger to your ex-wife as of today? You are a weak piece of crap, Dr. G, and I see exactly why you wanted your new wife on this show, to prove again that you are not an egotistical bastard and you didn't do the things that Quad alleged that you did to her, and to clear your name. And you wanted to use Sweet and Slow's dumbass to do it. I'm gonna tell you, I see you for your work, but at the end of the day, that was your ex-wife's friend group before you brought your micro mini ass back round to the damn group. Cause see, they could have kept your little punk ass away from the show, and I would have been okay with that. But see, because they wanted to agitate Quad, and your ass was so eager to get this new young ass, impressionable, ignorant woman on this show, you did what you did. I don't respect you, Dr. G. And any man sitting in the confessional down to his ex-wife with his current wife, you are a piece of hot basura. You are trash, sir. And everything you stand for is trash. And this is why I don't respect you. You another ain't shit ass nigga. The only difference is you got a degree as a psychologist, and your nutty ass probably should be sitting on somebody's couch. Goofy ass. Sorry. I had to get that ran out because that shit was ridiculous. Hell yeah, I want her gone. Who says that about their ex-wife? But you supposed to be over and married to the new wife. She should feel like a jackass for sitting next to you. Curtis says, do you want Sweet Tea and Quad to have a relationship? And he says Sweet Tea loves people. Nigga, you could have just said no, and I would have respected it a lot more. Because you lied to Curtis and his mole, and you played in his face. Because you damn sure don't want them to be friends. Because if your ex-wife was actually friends with your current wife, she might really tell you the real tea about your black ass. And that's something that you don't want. So hell yeah, you want Quad gone. Because it benefits you. I am not stupid. You can play with Sweet Tea's dumb ass, but you ain't gonna play with me. But he says he doesn't want them to be friends because it's something he can't handle. Because the truth gonna come out about you. That's exactly what you can't handle. And you don't want the truth to come out about you, Dr. G. If you find Dr. G, find Trey, that says everything I need to know, and I don't need to go any further. Damon says that is why he says he doesn't want to hear anything, meaning he stays out of the women's mess. So we get to the last scene as the women go to dinner, and Toya says she's manifested this wide deal with Kendall Jackson like 2 or 3 years ago, and it's came to life. Simone talks about she's being more dedicated to working on her marriage, more with Cecilia, and letting the petty arguments go. And I'm like, we don't really care whether you work it out with Cecilia or not. I think y'all are just, it's cheaper to keep her. Like says, well, it's cheaper to keep him because I know y'all ain't got no damn prenup. Heavenly says she realizes you can't take back some of the things you say, and she can go too far. Heavenly, you just now figured it out. Now you know. Dr. Alicia says that she sometimes thinks it is too hard. She's too hard on her husband because he does not do the manly roles in certain areas when it comes to fixing things. And she used to tell him he was not a man. I'm gonna tell y'all, no shade to the heterosexual women, and y'all might say like, why is your gay ass saying anything on this? Because you ain't heterosexual. A lot of y'all do emasculate y'all women. I mean, y'all men. Excuse me, not y'all women. Ooh, that's how you know the tequila kicking in. Yeah, a lot of y'all do emasculate them. And when you emasculate a man and you constantly say that he's not a man or he's not this and he's not that because he don't do this and he don't do that, it's like, but you knew that before you married them. You knew that before you entered a relationship with them. You knew how they were raised. So 9 times out of 10, they were not going to change that overnight. I think y'all have to realize certain things dagger to a man's ego just the way a man can dagger to a woman's ego if he says that you're less than in certain areas. So all I'm saying is be respectful, understand your partner, and listen to your partner. And if you know your partner is not handy, then you know that. But don't throw it up in the damn face and say he less of a man because he ain't manly or he can't do this or he can't do that. Now you should be able to change the tire, do an oil change or some of that shit. But at the same time, as a stud, I don't know how to do that shit. And y'all think because I'm supposed to be the man in the relationship, I'm still a woman at the end of the day. Okay? I am masculine identified, and yes, I do use male pronouns. But at the end of the day, I still know that I'm a woman, and there are certain things I don't like, don't do. And for me, I don't like to do manual labor. I will pay somebody to do it. So, but what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, women don't emasculate your man. All the ladies at the table said she shouldn't do that. Simone says Dr. Alicia is more outspoken when Dr. Kimma is not around, and she is putting on an act on for the people. And I'm like, Simone, like you and Cecil sometimes don't act like y'all marriage ain't perfect. It's perfect when we know y'all really got some problems, probably behind closed doors. Yeah, and that we've seen play out. I think the only marriage that we have not seen any issues play out has been Heavenly and Dr. Damon's, and that's because she don't allow them to play in her marriage. Lipton T says Dr. G is a problem solver, and she wants him to listen to her. And the ladies say that they will never do things that the way you want them, to, and you learn that quickly. Toya says, Phaedra, where's Dr. O? Now, Phaedra turns around and says, oh, we broke up, and started laughing and says she's got a new doctor. That's why that man didn't sign off on that release form to see his face. So I would say the episode was entertaining. It did keep me more interested than the Real Housewives of Potomac. I think anything keeps me more interested in the Real Housewives of Potomac at this point. But I will say the ladies having a conversation. I saw a lot of people say, "Oh, well, immediately when Quad left, everything got boring." It's one damn episode, y'all. Quad is actually going to be back on the show. We're going to see her in other episodes. Remember, she negotiated for 8 episodes. So they were going to have to make her see at one point. But I mean, Harold, why you rolling your eyes? I'm gonna be honest. No one reality star is 100% the show, and I'm just gonna keep saying that. Phaedra's a joke. Well, you know, Phaedra would. Heavenly said last week on her live that Phaedra went to production and complained about them asking about her life. Like, so if anybody asked about her life, that she was not going to answer that. She was not going to do that. So at the end of the day, they're going to do what they can to keep Phaedra happy because they want that crossover audience from Housewives to come over to Married to Medicine. And I have noticed a lot of people like Married to Medicine has never been this popular on Twitter as much as it has been this season. And I think that's partially because you have some of Phaedra's fan base, and then also a lot of people wanted to see how Quad and Lipton T's situation was going to work out and what was actually going to happen with that. And so folks really wanted to gravitate towards watching the show. I have noticed it's a lot more people that have been gravitating and tweeting on the show than I've ever seen. And I've been watching Married to Medicine since day one. Okay. So it's interesting to see all of these different people. Well, if you want to talk about your life, you and Dr. O could go, well, she ain't with Dr. O no more. So now she with some other man, allegedly. Now I don't again, I think it's another Nigerian doctor. At this point, I think I done got to a point where I know Phaedra's not gonna tell us the truth about shit. So what's the point? Like we could sit here and really argue about it all day long, but what would we really get out of it? Because Phaedra's still not gonna do nothing. Phaedra's still not gonna show anything but what she shows. And that's just it. I mean, I just like they couldn't have thought, and I'm just keeping it above 50. There's no way that they could have thought Phaedra was coming on this show and Phaedra was going to all of a sudden give them so much tea about her life and tell them the truth. There's no way that they could have actually thought that. No way. And if they did, they were stupid. They were stupid if they thought that. And I'm just gonna say that they was dumb if they thought that Phaedra was gonna actually give something, because Phaedra was not gonna give anything. Well, I will say tomorrow, I think I'm gonna do a story time live with y'all about how I almost got caught up in a green card situation where I almost got married on some 90-day fiance ish. The chick almost got me, y'all. And if I wasn't that smart, I probably would have got caught up. Okay. Okay, we probably wouldn't even be doing School of Love right now. I probably would be. It just would have been a mess. I think I'm gonna do a story time live tomorrow. Y'all like my story times, and y'all nosy as hell, and y'all like to be in my business for some reason. I don't know why, but y'all do. So I might do a story time live tonight once I figure out how to live stream to my Instagram from my IG. I will do that. Harold, yeah, I did. I almost got caught up. Ooh. Shorty wanted me to buy her a car and everything. It was a whole damn mess. I got to tell that. She specialized in lying. If the Olympics had a category for lying, she'd be a gold medalist. I mean, at this point, Phaedra just is Phaedra. I honestly do not take Phaedra serious. If I had to take Phaedra serious, it would be a mess. Because I know Phaedra, I think you would have been watching me on TLC somewhere. Because Shorty was trying to have a whole baby and make me marry her and some more shit. It was a whole lot. This is my first season because of my girl Sweet Tea, the best thing. Oh, well, baby, you need to go watch. This is not the best season, but you need to go back, Trey, and watch some of the other seasons. You'll understand better the whole dynamics of why things are the way they are. I get Sweet Tea, this is your first season, but go back and watch some of them old seasons. It will make a lot of sense. We be watching on that. I almost got caught up, Harold, and it was a lot. It was a lot. Yeah, I almost got caught up. Okay. I could have been damn near out here on 90 Day Fiance. So give it time. I'm telling you, give it time. Just give it time, Trey. Give it time. Give yourself time. So if you haven't catch anything that I have done this past week, of course, the live tonight for Married to Medicine. I did Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I did Bell Collective where I ate up Marie ass. And Leticia. Okay. I did a pre-record for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I will be here tomorrow with a story time with y'all. Talking about, my 90-day fiance issues. Because she almost got my ass. Make sure y'all are, if you do want to apply for School of Love, y'all go ahead and get into it and go ahead and do that. With that over there. And of course, if you missed last week's episode of Hotline Bling, y'all make sure y'all get into that. I thank y'all. I really want to go do some things that I can't say I can't do online, but y'all might, if y'all catch me, if y'all follow me on my Twitter or on my Instagram, y'all see what I'm talking about. I want to drink a little bit more and eat, have me a little meal. I'm hungry, and catch out the Whether You Like It or Not panel over there on T's channel tonight and see how they can muster up a little bit of a storyline for Real Housewives of Potomac, because I didn't give a damn about Robin's tears. Okay, so thank y'all for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. Love y'all.
The Chef Don Don Productions presents School of Love, honey. A new LGBTQ web reality series in the big city of Dallas, Texas. If you are interested in dating schoolboy, make sure you get those applications in right now, just in time for school to be in session.